Hello and welcome to another episode of Codo Cinema, the podcast show where I talk about movies. I'm your host, the man, the myth, the legend, Mark Codo, aka Codo Man. Well, since Codo Cinema has taken a 2-week off break, it's finally time to get back on track. Am I right, fellas?
Yeah.
First of all, Christian Taylor, welcome back.
Absolutely. I have missed this. Feels good to be back. I'm super excited today. We have ourselves some new guests on our show.
Yes, that is right. Would you like to introduce yourselves, gentlemen?
I'm Joel Middleton.
And I'm Drew Coffey.
And Drew and Joel are new to this show. Well, for this episode, I should say, for today. And plus, we also work here at WEIU Newswatch. The crew of WEIU Newswatch is here on this episode for today.
Yeah, this is going to be a fun one. And Mark, would you like to let everybody know, what are we discussing today?
Well, for that, actually, hang on. Just to go off topic a bit. Part of the Newswatch crew members, just to let you all know.
Yeah, there is a big group of us. And other members of our group have also made appearances in previous episodes.
Yeah. So anyway, going back to the film topic. The film topic for this episode will be the Marvel Cinematic Universe Phase 4.
And we finally reached it. After weeks of carefully playing this out, we have reached the final phase. And it's crazy that we are at this point. We've covered so many films. Now we're down to the 4 films of Phase 4 that are out currently.
As of now, because Phase 4 is still going.
Yes.
I mean, that's true. Phase 4 is still going. There's more films that are coming out, particularly with Thor, Love and Thunder, Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, and, of course, Black Panther, Wakanda Forever.
Yes.
Those films will be coming out this year as well. But as of now, we are focusing on the 4 films that came out, that just came out last year in Phase 4 of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And to say this, I'm only going to be talking about the film portions of this phase, so don't expect to hear any TV shows from Phase 4. So there won't be WandaVision, Falcon and Winter Soldier, Loki, Hawkeye, nor Moon Knight, because that is based on television. Despite those TV shows having connections to the Phase 4 of Marvel Cinematic Universe, but that's more on the TV topic.
Yep, and now, which film will we be discussing first?
Well, I'll let you all do this film, but first let me say this. At one point, I was originally going to start off with Black Widow, but we all agreed to talk about a certain film that is considered to be one of the MCU's lowest rated Marvel films, which is the Eternals. So,
oh no.
So I'm gonna let Christian Taylor start off to come in here and deliver. And by the way, this is for opinion based. This episode is also opinion based, just to let everybody know. Okay, so I'm gonna let Christian Taylor to come in here and deliver some Eternal destruction now.
Okay, so a little backstory. So Mark has originally did an entire podcast dedicated to that one film, and I was scheduled to be there for it, but I got too busy writing stories for Newswatch, and I couldn't make it. And I was so angry because the night before, I painfully had to watch this whole thing on Disney Plus. One of the most painful movie experiences I've ever had in my life. I would rather watch The Room before you have me watch this dumpster fire again. I could be wrong, but there were several times I had to pause the film to take a break because there was a couple of times my brain almost split in two with just how awful this thing is. And I don't even know where to start with this. First off, the fact that there are way too many characters in this. We're talking like what, 13, 14
Something
people?
like that, yeah.
I will say this. The Celestials, in my opinion, are probably the best part of this film.
Yeah, but the problem is like there was just too many. If there was like okay, say 4, like the Guardians team, or 5.
5, yeah.
In that instance, okay, but there was like what 10 of them or something.
I mean, true. Yeah, the X-Men had multiple people.
Yeah, but they had, but the team was small enough they could dedicate a lot of time to each person. But with this, it's just there was just too many. This movie, it should have been a TV show. It should have been a 6-episode show on Disney Plus, in my opinion, because with the amount of stuff you have to cover, a 2-hour film is just not enough time to really flesh everybody out. There's just no way.
Right, exactly. I had that feeling too. Now, I like the cast in this film. I mean, Chloe Zhao, who directed this film, is an Oscar winner,
Yeah.
and I feel like this film could have been much more. I mean, to be fair, there are moments in this film that are actually pretty good, but I think we can all agree that this was not the best Marvel film. Joel, Drew, anything to add on to that too?
Yeah. I really want to hear your guys' takes on this.
Yeah, I kind of definitely see where Christian is coming from because, like, it's for me, like when I was watching it, it was like kind of slow. Like it wasn't like what I'm used to from the previous Marvel phases, and like, like the overall like idea of it was pretty good, but like at the same time, I feel like it wasn't really like it could have been better,
Yeah, I second that.
Yeah.
What about you, Drew? What do you think?
I agree with what Christian said about the characters and how there was too many of them. And I do know that this could work based on movies like Guardians of the Galaxy, where it's people who no fans knew of them before the movie came out. But the problem with this is that in that movie, you kind of felt a sort of like camaraderie between the characters, whereas this one forces it as if like by the end of the movie, you're like, were they really a family like they were supposed to be depicted at the beginning? And I feel like the editing just completely went straight through that without any like time to really have full-fledged character development within it.
I feel bad for this film too because the completely forgettable character in this film has to be the villain.
Yeah, and going off of what Drew was just talking about, I agree with him 100% because most of the problems I had with this film was the story itself because these characters did not, like the whole thing tried to tell us, the viewers, that they're a really good family, but like the entire time I'm just like, these people do not like each other at all.
Yeah, it's like...
And they get betrayed twice by 2 of their own, Like, are they as close as we've been meant to believe? I genuinely don't think so.
Yeah, it's like if Game of Thrones just crossed over with the Marvel Cinematic Universe and just turned into a franchise of their own. Because this feels like a Game of Thrones film rather than a Marvel film. But also to put in this joke, DC Comics, because there were also comparisons to DC as well.
Yeah, there was literally a scene where the one character, his adopted son that we see later, doesn't he like call the one dude who can fly Superman?
Yes,
I remember seeing that in the trailer. It's like that is so confusing. I wait a minute. So you're telling me the DC Comics exists in the Marvel universe? Like what?
Well, in the comics, I mean, Marvel and DC have crossed over before, particularly with Jack Kirby and Stan Lee. But other than that, besides the amount of characters in this film, is there one character that everybody has a favorite?
Yeah, like for me, it was the lead girl. I can't remember what was her name. Circe?
Yeah,
yeah. I liked her a lot. I thought she was very cool. I really liked her a lot. I liked her character, and I liked how she was, I wouldn't say she's innocent, but like she just had this charm about her. Like she would help anyone if they asked her. She seemed like a genuinely good person, and I loved the relationship between her and the actor who played Jon Snow in Game of Thrones. What was his character's name in this?
Icarus.
Icarus?
Icarus, right?
Yeah, Icarus.
Okay, yeah. And I liked the dynamic between them.
Richard Madden. Richard Madden is the name. And also, speaking of Game of Thrones, Kit Harington plays Dane Whitman in The Eternals, who also makes out with Cersei as well.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where I got the Game of Thrones connection too, because this feels like Game of Thrones to me.
Yeah, definitely. And
Anybody? Drew, do you have a favorite
yeah,
character?
you have a favorite character, guys, or
I think my favorite character, because there's so many of them, and there's only a handful of them, if that, that are actually like you remember after you leave. Like Gilgamesh, you don't remember any. Like when he died, it almost felt like, okay, whatever, let's move on, and you don't feel really a connection with him. But my favorite, even though he wasn't executed properly to me, was Druig, because I believe at the beginning when they're in like ancient times where he kind of has that compelling character where he doesn't want, because his power is to control the minds of others, basically to stop conflict on Earth.
Yeah.
And I feel like at that time when conflict was at a high and he couldn't do anything about it, he kind of revolted against his main purpose and went on just to create his own kind of peaceful village where no one dies, no one has to fight each other. And I felt that that was interesting to see because everyone else was so locked in on their purpose of why they were there. So he was kind of a compelling character in that way.
yeah. So it's like, okay, let's see one where he doesn't follow what he was meant to do, kind of thing.
Yeah.
I rebelling against that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I mean, he reminded me of the actor who plays Druig. Reminds me of wait, no, Druig's the one who looks like Ezra Miller a bit, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's funny.
Yeah, he reminds me of Ezra Miller. But
Uh-huh.
Joel, you have a favorite character?
I think mine's probably also Drew, just because like I think they really showed his battle between like what he was supposed to do and what he wanted to do very well. As like for the other characters, like there's some other good ones, but like I think they showed his character really well and like his struggle between him wanting to do, you know, what he wanted and like what he was supposed to, and like I could tell he was like kind of like trying to do it, trying to like control people, even though they told him not to. But yeah, he was just kind of relatable overall. And
I agree. I agree with you, Joel. And there might be a disagreement, and that's okay. But my favorite character has to be Makari, and not just because she has the supersonic speed, kind of like the Flash or Quicksilver, but I feel like because I have a soft spot for sign language too.
Yeah, 'cause I was just getting ready to say she's deaf, right?
Yeah, she's a hard of hearing or deaf actor
Okay. Yeah, because
or actress, I should say. Yeah.
yeah, I think it's pretty cool when you see characters talk in sign language. 'Cause we actually saw that in the Hawkeye show with the villain.
Right.
I forget her name, but she's actually deaf in real life.
Yeah,
the actress who
and
plays her.
because
Yeah.
I have a bit of a soft spot, and
Yeah, definitely.
However, all right, since we talked about our favorite characters,
Hey, I was gonna
yeah.
say actually, I changed my mind. My favorite character is Sprite.
Oh
No, she was the best part, right?
Talk about sarcasm, huh?
Yeah.
Can we all agree in this room that Sprite was the worst character in this film? Can we all agree on that?
Yeah. Yes.
I completely agree.
I mean,
Yes.
look, hey, listen, the actress who plays her, look, it's not her fault, and I respect her for
Yes.
playing the character. I respect that, but I'm sorry to say this, the writing was not there
Yeah.
for this character.
Just to clarify, I hate the character, not the actress. She did an amazing job with what she was given.
Yes,
I'm just talking
I
about the way
agree.
the character was written. It was just like I have absolutely no experience in character writing, and I feel like I could have did a better job. You know,
I
like,
believe so too.
I just don't care about
She's
her at
mad
all.
in this film the entire time.
Like the entire time, she does literally nothing to help the team ever. She just moans and complains about literally everything.
and she looks like if Peter Pan and Tinkerbell just morphed in together.
Yeah, it did. That's literally how she looks. It's like, were we supposed to like her? Because like literally, the first time we see her after the flashback scenes happen at the beginning, she's at a bar, using a hallucination thing to make herself look like an adult girl flirting with a guy. And I'm just like, Sprite, what are you doing? That is so wrong.
That's Loki's job.
Like, that's just wrong on every level.
Yeah.
Like, you're making this dude think you're way older than what you are. It's like, that is just wrong.
All right,
You know?
so Joel, Drew, thoughts on Sprite?
well, I think honestly, like they also made her kind of obsession with Icarus. They made it like too much, and like like it's okay. It's one thing to have to look up to him, but like I feel like it's just like wrong on so many levels to have Sprite's obsession with Icarus. Like it's just like kind of ruined the character for me as well. So
I agree. Yeah.
And can we please talk about how she does absolutely nothing the entire film, yet she's the one who gets rewarded at the end. And I'm like, oh, like, okay, guys, recap. She stabbed the main girl in the back, literally, with intention to kill her. And she did not care. She joined up with the guy who was trying to end the world and end all humanity. And then once he stopped, she comes back. They're all treating her like nothing ever happened. I'm like, are you kidding me? How is she not in handcuffs right now, being taken to some prison? I don't care. Like, she deserves some kind of punishment. She just tried to end the world.
Yeah, I agree with you, Christian. I agree with you, Joel, as well, about kind of just watching, like, first of all, it makes you think about just the idea. Like, why is she a kid? Because they were all made by, who were they made by again? Who created them?
The Celestials.
Yeah, they created them, and, like, to basically serve a purpose and a goal. Why make her a child? Like, why aren't they all adults? And going back to Druig, why make Druig and put him on this mission with them when his main purpose is to not use the power he was given?
I agree. Drew, we're going to pause for a bit because Joel's got to go to class at 3:30. Just to go off topic, Joel, any last thoughts about the Eternals? And do you also have anything to say about Spider-Man No Way Home as well?
Spider-Man, okay, for Eternals, I think I pretty much said what I wanted to. Like, it's like not what I expected it to be and not what I wanted it. Like, it wasn't it was different from all the other Marvel movies in, like, I don't think in a good way. But as for Spider-Man No Way Home, I think it was like out of Tom Holland's movies, I think it was like one of the best, if not the best, of his movies. So
Joel, I totally agree with you.
I second that at 100%. So I just want to say, Joel, thank you very much for joining us for this episode, and
welcome.
And we'll see you again soon.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. You have a good day, Joel. All right, hang on. Let me open a portal.
Yeah.
All right.
I love that gag so much.
All right. So
All
anyway, let's swing back into Eternals just to finish up. So anyway, to finish off with Sprite, look, the character, I do not like this character. The only thing that is memorable is the soda that I drink.
Yeah, so before we start, we care about the soft drink more than this character.
Well, some say the drink, what just happened now, symbolizes her character within the film.
I know, right? Yeah, that's hilarious.
Yeah. So this is a little shaken up, but do not worry. We're going to get to our next film. So overall, we can all agree that The Eternals was not that good. Despite some moments in this film, it's not all that good.
Mm-hmm.
I would also say that just my ending thoughts, I'll make it real quick. I think that this film is good in the way that it tries to expand the universe, but I feel like it does it in a way that's too big for its own good by the end, where you kind of just throw the audience into this big world, but gives us a little too much, if that makes sense.
I totally agree. No, I totally agree. So anyway, we're going to end the Eternals right here, because you could definitely check out my other episode of Codo Cinema about the Eternals as well. So anyway, we're gonna jump into our next film. Now, this next film is gonna be Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. Now, I actually had doubts about that film for a while, despite the awesomeness of the choreography. Don't you agree, Drew?
Yeah, I agree.
The choreography is excellent. I mean, for a martial arts film. Now, to be fair, though, this is the first for Marvel to have an Asian-led cast for Marvel. This is the first for Marvel, not for Hollywood, because long before that, we had Jackie Chan, Bruce Lee, Donnie Yen, Jet Li, Michelle Yeoh, many great acting martial arts legends that came before Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings.
Mm-hmm.
So correct me if I'm wrong. This is the first for Marvel to have an Asian-led cast for Marvel.
Yeah, definitely. And so just to throw in my 2 cents for Shang-Chi, it's a mixed bag for me. I like this. It's one of those things like the first half, it felt like they were trying to do something different. But then the final like hour, it felt like the same copy and paste, stuff that we've seen before,
And it has the giant dragon that was supposed to be, what is it, the Great Devourer, or what do they call it? I totally forgot.
It's been a while. I saw this in the theater once, and that was a little bit ago, so it's been a little bit. I can't remember the exact name of what the dragon was called.
I totally forgot what it was. I'm actually gonna fact check that.
And while you're doing that, I just kind of want to put in my 2 cents about it.
Go ahead, Drew.
Yeah, I feel like the film does a great job kind of showing respect to the culture of, like, basically of the cast, and kind of as a martial arts film, it really respects that form of fighting, and I think it was refreshing to see that. However, and I thought the story was good, kind of with a more personal story with him and his father.
Yeah, which is, funny enough, the Mandarin. And in my opinion, do you think the Mandarin was done justice in this film?
I think he was, because you see him and, like, you don't really respect what he's doing, but you can kind of feel for the guy, because the whole movie he's kind of just trying to reconnect with his wife. That was, the love of his life, and you kind of at the end think, yeah, he's done these bad things and has mistreated his kids to the nth degree, but I think in the end you kind of sympathize with them, just kind of his mourning and his loss.
Yeah, and here's the thing. I want to imagine the Mandarin fighting without the rings. The rings were awesome. I will say this.
Oh yeah, I will say this though. I loved the story plot of the rings. Like, that was sweet though. Like, it was cool. Like, the rings were a very unique weapon. Like, wouldn't you say so, Drew?
Yeah, I would say so. I think the film also carries on the theme as dads are bad, as I would say, because I feel like in Marvel Cinematic Universe, the dads are just like the worst people to their sons, like Tony Stark. What's another example? There's quite a bit, but I'm kind of Peter from Guardians of the Galaxy, his dad. You have any? I'm trying to think of the other ones.
That's so funny you mentioned that. I legit never noticed that there's like a running theme of awful fathers.
Yeah, where dads are just the worst, like Black Widow, which we'll talk about later.
Yeah,
which kind of that we'll talk about that later. But it just seems like most of these characters, and I mean, it's not a bad thing. Sometimes it can be like kind of repetitive if you watch the movies back to back, but I feel like the family is kind of a main conflict.
Yeah, it's a good plot tool, or like whatever you want to call it, when it's done right. But the problem is, I feel like we're getting to the point where it gets used way too much. Like, there's other ways to make people become heroes, like Peter Parker, for example, which we'll get into this later, but like, his family background is not the worst. I mean, he was raised by his aunt and uncle who genuinely loved him and wanted nothing but the best. There wasn't exactly, drama. There was never, like, the bad one.
Yeah.
Like, they both treated him with love. You know?
I understand that. It's just, when you watch it, you kind of compare it to the same thing that so many villains are kind of spawned from Tony Stark and his arrogance.
Yeah, I totally agree on that. The action sequences in Shang-Chi, I mean, people say it differently.
Yeah, it's like my favorite scene in Shang-Chi was the bus fight.
Yes,
that was awesome.
Because it showcased Shang-Chi as a fighter.
Yeah, definitely. It was established very well, but I kind of had a criticism with it. I thought it happened too early.
Yeah,
because I feel like
too soon.
Because I feel like Marvel films are not giving enough time to establish characters before the action starts.
I think that's the problem with this film, because there's so many characters in this film that we don't even have enough time to establish some of the other characters. Now, I feel like the Mandarin and Shang-Chi, I feel like they were the only two characters in this film that were actually established pretty well in this film, in my opinion. Now, the characters that I actually feel bad is the other villains. Quite possibly Death Dealer, and who was the guy with the razor hand?
Exactly. Yeah, who knows, honestly.
I think he must have been like the right hand man, like the main henchman. He's like that final boss in a video game. Like, you defeat all the henchmen.
And he was the same guy who played Ivan Drago's son in
Creed 2.
yeah, that was him. That was him. I
Oh,
recognized him.
oh, that was the same actor, huh?
Yeah, that's the
Oh,
same
I had
actor.
not realized that, huh?
Yeah, I mean, I liked those characters. I mean, I'm glad the guy with the razor hand did not get killed off. I mean, we're probably going to see more of him in future films. But I feel like I
probably.
feel bad for Death Dealer. We barely see him in this film, and I heard in the comics he does go toe to toe with Shang-Chi, and they only had one fight.
Yeah. I would say as far as characters go, I think Shang-Chi and his father, that conflict is very like thought out, good, well written. But one character that I just couldn't get behind, that one that I couldn't relate to, was the sister. I just feel like there wasn't any there. Like you couldn't you didn't know, like she just had no personality that like made her kind of bounce off of Shang-Chi in like a very unique way, if you guys know what I'm talking
Yeah.
about.
I am actually so happy that Drew brought this up because that is legit a very good thing. Like,
Because I forgot about her. Like,
Yeah.
I was like, oh, characters. Sister. Yeah, that was a sister.
the
Yeah.
sister didn't really do much in this. Like, there wasn't enough explaining. Okay, sis, can you please explain to the audience why you hate your brother so much? Sure, he disappeared for a while, but like she's treating him like he did something very awful to her.
Yeah.
But all he
Yeah.
did was live his own life for a while. I mean, that's what siblings
I
do.
think-
You guys are adults. I mean,
I think they're trying to push that female power thing, like all females are strong or something.
yeah, but that's just being toxic. Like, you're treating your brother like garbage just because he disappeared for a while to go live his life. That makes absolutely no sense. I mean, you're going to grow up. You're going to have different, career and lifestyles you want to do. That's how people work.
I mean, Shang-Chi, and who is Shang-Chi's girlfriend in that film?
Actually, well, they made a joke about that. They weren't dating. They're just friends.
Okay,
Maybe they were hinting at it.
That
I'm
was
not
a hint,
sure.
yeah.
They definitely had something there.
I mean,
Yeah,
look, I
maybe.
respect Aquafina in this film. In my mind, she did a pretty good job with what she was given, but
Yeah.
there were some jokes that did not land.
Yeah, I mean, that's the other thing. I did not like. Okay, so her character, mixed feelings, because she was okay in some parts, but she just felt like the trope of the comic relief character.
Yeah, I feel like she was trying too hard.
Yeah, a little too hard.
Actually, I think the one funny part from her was when they were about to jump out that window, and she was like, "Oh no, I ain't gonna do that." I actually laughed at that.
Yeah, because that was pretty funny. I was like, let's be honest, that'd be our reactions if we were in her situation.
Yeah.
yeah,
But like, heck with this.
yeah. Other than that, it's just when a Marvel joke when you see it, and
Yeah,
that's when you
it's
pause
obvious.
and you go, ugh, the cringe. Like you just know it, and I think
Yeah.
that's just kind of a
Yeah.
staple, like something you're just gonna have to get used to
Yeah,
enjoy
and
these movies.
by the way, are we forgetting the other Mandarin?
Oh my gosh.
gosh.
Oh,
Ben
why?
Kingsley returns in this film, and I'm just gonna be honest. Without that twist, we wouldn't have gotten Shang-Chi. Or should I say, without Iron Man 3, we wouldn't have gotten Shang-Chi.
Well, I just don't understand. It's like, okay, we're going to bring back this random character that was in a movie 10 years ago almost, and I'm pretty sure nobody remembers, but let's bring him back for comic relief. He was the worst part. I hated him so bad.
and then he had a creature like, what was that creature? It looks like it's something came out of Pokemon or something.
Yeah, it was something just to go, aw, just
Yeah,
kind of
it
have
was-
that factor to it.
And
like-
I will say that was a cute creature, by the way.
Yeah,
I mean,
they-
I even questioned it at first. So I was like, "What is
I was
that?"
like, where's its face? And I was like, what?
I legit for a while watching this, I thought he was hallucinating it.
I mean, I thought so
Yeah.
too.
I thought
mean,
that he just went crazy from being in isolation so long.
You
like-
even got a popular voice actor, one of the few popular voice actors, D. Bradley Baker, to play that creature. And I
Really?
think that creature's name is Morris. I think that's
oh,
the name.
yeah,
Morris.
it is.
Okay.
I remember that now.
I mean, I will say cute creature, but what was that?
Yeah, it
Oh
added,
my goodness.
it added absolutely. Now that you just start,
Okay. okay.
literally, you could remove fake Mandarin in that creature and it wouldn't change anything. It's
Exactly.
like if you remove them, the story, nothing changes. So it's like, what was the point?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
I know.
also, I mean, credit to both the actors who played Shang-Chi and the Mandarin.
Simu
I give
Liu, I think is his name.
Simu Liu, and who played the Mandarin in this one?
Oh, he's a very famous actor from like from like 70s, 80s. He was in a bunch of
yeah,
kung fu movies, I believe.
think his
martial
name
arts.
is his first name is Tony. I I think it's Leung. Tony Leung plays the Mandarin in this film. But
Okay.
actually, his name is Wen Wu, but it actually takes the form of the Mandarin. Because it was actually hinted in All Hail the King with Ben Kingsley that somebody was here who wants his name back.
Mm-hmm.
That was a Marvel short film that actually happened after Iron Man 3, and they actually hinted that the Mandarin's still out there.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm actually disappointed that we never got to see a true fight between the Mandarin and Iron Man. I think they
Yeah.
missed a very good opportunity to do that.
Yeah, they really did. Like that's another reason is that twist in Iron Man 3 just 10 years later, funny enough, almost 10 years later, that twist it still doesn't work. It's not funny. It's just like, what was the point?
I think they tried to like quote exceed quote expectations, but in the end, it just made you wonder what could have been instead of what we were given in Iron Man 3.
Yeah.
I agree. I totally agree. But other than that, I mean, some people even said that this film was a triumph. Like, are you sure about this? Now, granted, some of the moments in this film, I can definitely see. But when you're talking about story wise,
it's very reminiscent of like Black Panther, where it's just like the family kind of like oriented conflict with like which having a cultural impact is fantastic for a Marvel movie. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying when it's very like not subtle, if that makes sense. Like it's very like there, and you're like, okay, I can get by this. But to call it a triumph it's a little much, I would say.
Yeah, I mean, look, I like the fight scene. I like the fight scenes, particularly also when the Mandarin met his wife for the first time. That's like love. I should call this love at first dance and Crouching Tiger, hidden rings.
Well, the one thing, their romance didn't make sense to me. It's like, lady, this guy is here to steal something that you hold dear, and you're fighting him. Why would you fall in love? You're trying to kill each other.
Love at first fight, then.
Oh, that just did not make any sense to me. It's like, why? Like, I don't get it.
Yeah,
this guy is here to steal something that you're supposed to protect, and you like him. Okay.
Yeah, I think that could have been like. That could have been a little more impactful because that's kind of his main motivation is to see her, get her back. So I think that connection should have been
also
made better.
I feel like another
give us a reason to care about it.
Does anybody actually care about the Abomination's cameo and including Wong's cameo in this film? Did anybody actually care for that?
No, I did. And it was just like, oh look, it's Wong, and then it's like,
it kind of. I thought it was like. Because I've understood that Wong is in the most Marvel movies apparently because he's like had the most cameos or whatever. But with Abomination, it's kind of like the design. I don't know if I like the design better than the 2008 Incredible Hulk movie. I'm still thinking about that, but I think it's a decent cameo. Although I think it would have been cooler to see them kind of in passing instead of a whole little chunk. Not chunk.
It's actually nice to see them in the film. Plus, you also got an Extremis cameo from Iron Man 3, including a Black Widow. There was a Black Widow did appear in this film.
Really? When?
What
it was during. I think it was during the. I think it was like one of the fight scenes. Like they entered this arena. They were in. This was the arena scene with Shang-Chi and Aquafina. They were going by. It was like one of those like bet fightings or tournament bets or something. How do we call this? Like. I'm just gonna call it like underground fights, like where people are betting on who's gonna win the fight.
Yeah,
because like there was a shot where there was a Black Widow fighting an Extremis.
Okay,
and I recognize that because that was the same Black Widow actress from the Black Widow film.
Okay,
yeah, so that's why I wanted to point that out. But other than that, we even got a cameo from The Incredible Hulk and Captain Marvel.
Yeah, I knew. It's just kind of like, we're setting up more stuff. It's just,
Could I just say that Mark Ruffalo looked rough in that? He looked.
Yeah, like, dude, dude, I'm telling you, like, age is not treating him well.
I was like, oh my goodness, Mark Ruffalo, are you okay?
Drew, you got me right there.
Well, I mean, the dude's like pushing 60 almost.
Almost
like,
60, yeah. And Captain Marvel, I was not expecting Captain Marvel to appear in this film.
Now, look, Brie Larson's mixed for me as well. I mean, I like the actress. She's awesome awesome, but when it comes to the character of Captain Marvel, I just still don't know how to think about her at the moment. You know,
Yeah.
it's like I kind of
And-
like her and I kind of don't. It's just mixed feelings on the character.
It's hard to separate her from the actress, where the
Right,
actress is
right.
very not political, but she's very outspoken on her opinions, and I feel like that the
I
character
agree.
is not very. It's not too like well written enough to like disperse from her.
Yeah, and also that other scene where Shang-Chi's sister now reinvents or reopens the Ten Rings again.
Yeah.
After the Mandarin's soul got sucked out by the giant dragon.
Mm-hmm. And I understand. Okay, actually, no, I don't. What was the point of that ending scene?
I think it was
Because-
just to set up a new generation of the Ten Rings. And to be fair, the very first Iron Man film started with the Ten Rings. So
Mm-hmm.
I kind of got
Yeah.
that connection, but I'm pretty sure we're going to see more of the Ten Rings in future films. But
Yeah.
in my opinion, I was left empty on that scene. I mean, I was hyped,
I
but
just
after
didn't-
that,
I
I
mean,
felt empty.
I just
Yeah.
didn't care because I never liked the sister to begin with, so it's just like, oh, whatever.
I mean, you were
like,
never given a reason to, really.
Yeah, you really weren't ever.
Yeah, I mean, Michelle Yeoh is also in this film. I think she plays. I forgot what character that she plays, but she came in during the third act of this film.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I will say this: it's amazing to see some legendary martial arts actors appearing in this film.
Yeah.
I will say this: some of them are legends, and some of them are pretty new. I mean, look, Simu Liu is very new to this, but I'm a little mixed with Simu Liu's performance in this film. But in the end, I mean, he's okay.
Yeah,
He's okay.
I think he does a good job of kind of like making it his own, kind of, because apparently this is like his first film role.
Yeah.
If I'm correct.
I think so. Yeah.
And I think he does a good job of kind of giving the character, but
Yeah.
at the same time, he is kind of. It's hard to compare with people like Tony Stark, Steve Rogers, Thor. It's just hard
Right.
to differentiate from those big three where they have so
Right.
much going on.
But other than that, let's get to Other than that,
Yeah.
let's get to Black Widow.
All right, Black Widow is the next film that we're talking about next, and
Yeah.
I want to start by saying I wasn't a big fan of this one, honestly.
I wasn't much of a fan of this film too, but to the film's credit, I gotta give them credit for being the first Marvel film in a year to be released.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
That's true. Now, here's the thing, though. Black Widow, why did she get her first film now?
Yeah.
She's been in this universe since Iron Man 2. It's like she should have a whole trilogy by now. It's like, why is she getting her first film now? Like, it should have happened 10 years ago.
This makes her previous appearances have more character development than this film.
Yeah, exactly.
Now that doesn't mean that this film gives Black Widow character, because there are definitely moments in this film that did give her character.
Well, it's like it's hard watching this knowing she dies. It's like, why would you release this after we already know she dies?
Yeah.
You
I
know,
feel-
like
I
they
feel
kind
like
of ruined it for me.
they-
Like,
the Marvel had the opportunity to do this, but I feel like they shot themselves in the foot with this film. Now, does that make the film bad? No, not really.
no, like
There's
it
plenty of
had.
other things that make it bad, I believe.
But there are a lot of things in it that make it bad. But it did have good moments. The best part of the film was the sister,
Obviously,
Mhm,
yes.
yeah, jeez.
Yelena and
Yelena. She was the best part of this film. I don't care what
Yeah.
anybody else
it
says.
it speaks volumes when the side character is more impactful and loved more than the main character, for which the film is named after.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
exactly.
And also, like, Yelena calls Black Widow a poser because Black Widow poses a lot.
Yeah,
very
that was.
true.
But it's just
now
the-
that was funny.
Just the
Yeah.
fact that during one shot at the final battle, Yelena poses. I find it like, oh, you call Black Widow a poser? You're doing it too.
I thought that was Marvel humor done right, I
Yes.
think, because it called back to what she said, and it just fit her character.
Yeah,
it wasn't
exactly.
it wasn't a cringe throwaway line.
No, I get that. Well, better than this line between Captain America's Winter Soldier and Captain Marvel. Last time I trusted someone, I lost an eye.
Jeez,
Oh
that
my
was
God. That was
That
so
was a
dumb.
throwaway.
That was a complete throwaway.
Yeah,
That
but
was
I will say this. I mean, the action sequences are actually pretty cool, especially when Black Widow goes up against the other Black Widows as well. That was like a moment where, okay, you're going up against your own sisters or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and now one of the biggest problems I have with this film is that they straight up ruined Taskmaster.
Yep.
Yes.
They ruined Now, as someone who 100% beat Spider-Man PS4, they ruined Taskmaster in this so bad. It's like,
yeah.
what were you thinking?
I will say this.
with
I feel like
this?
okay, before that reveal, what we got earlier, I thought was pretty cool. It was actually pretty cool to see
Yeah.
Taskmaster fighting Black Widow
Kind
as
of knowing her moves before she even does it, kind of knowing her style
right.
of fighting.
Now the problem is, how did Taskmaster track down Black Widow? That's the thing I want to know, because that's like a plot hole that is being cut out for something else.
Yeah, because she's driving into town to get something, then Taskmaster is just randomly there at the bridge, already attacking her.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
wait, how did you find her?
Yeah,
she's
how-
literally out in the
Which-
middle of nowhere on the other side of the world. Okay.
Something that baffles me though with her character is that she is a human. She is just a really good fighter, like Hawkeye.
Yeah.
But she seems indestructible because her car gets exploded like on that bridge.
Oh my
and
goodness.
she comes
yeah.
out with like bumps and bruises enough to still fight this person. And I'm like,
right.
you're a human, like right?
Uh-huh.
Like question mark?
Yeah. Also the fact, Hawkeye also had a vocal cameo and a pic image cameo as well.
Yeah.
But also William Hurt also had a cameo in this film at the very beginning. And by the way, rest in peace to William Hurt as General Thaddeus Thunderbolt Ross.
Yeah, I
rest-
still
rest in
can't.
pe-
Yeah,
rest in peace.
yeah. Rest in peace to that guy. I'm still sad that he passed away.
Yeah.
You know, like that's just sad.
Yeah, but rest in peace. I mean, he had a
Yeah.
cameo in this film to track down Black Widow. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously enough, running away from the government, including the Sokovia Accords. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah. Anyway, rest in peace to William Hurt.
Yep.
Yeah.
So,
Can I also say
Yeah.
just one thing real quick? What is Marvel, or what are superheroes nowadays, their movies? What is their obsession with Nirvana? Because the opening sequence is Smells Like Teen Spirit, a cover in Black Widow, and then Captain Marvel, I believe, had like Come As You Are by Nirvana, and then with the new Batman movie coming out with
Something in the way.
Yeah, it's like okay, like superhero movies are really just going on the Nirvana train, I guess.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
I'm like,
and what's funny is all three of those songs are off of the Nevermind album
Yeah,
from,
exactly.
from
Yeah.
1991. That's the
Yeah.
funny part to
that
me.
was just something I thought was funny.
yeah. I mean, the opening was pretty cool. The
Yeah.
opening did set the tone for this
Yeah,
film
that's
as
what I
well.
liked about
but
it.
I feel
That's-
like, here's the thing. Winter Soldier did a much better job than Black Widow, because here's the thing.
Uh-huh.
Here's the thing. The reason why Bucky was the villain. Here's the thing. The reason why we know Bucky, the Winter Soldier, was the villain, because he had connections with Captain America. That
Yeah.
made sense. But Taskmaster and Black Widow, I feel like it makes no sense.
No.
It makes no sense. They're trying to do Winter Soldier again, but with Black Widow. Now, that's a pretty good attempt, but you gotta do it properly where it makes sense. Now,
Yes.
now I'm gonna, you know what? I'm just gonna jump into this moment right now. Fellas, be prepared. All right.
And also, I want to say one more thing before I let you go, Mark. I also thought it was pretty funny how this movie used American Pie, the song by Don
Yeah.
McLean. I love that song. I love the way the song was implemented into the story. I thought that was very neat. And that's it on music. Mark, the floor is yours. Go.
Okay, so flash forward to the final act. We get to reveal that, obviously Dreykov's the villain. I mean, his presence was felt throughout the entire film, too. Which I thought it was nice, but still, I didn't really care for Dreykov in this film.
No.
I mean, hey, I respect Ray Winstone from playing the character. I respect him, and I give Marvel credit for making an MCU villain that has nothing to do with the comics. I give the credit to that,
that's
because
true. Except I just felt like he just wasn't like he just wasn't enough, I feel like. To be his
he wasn't
own
enough.
character.
He's not bottom of the barrel. He's not bottom of the barrel bad.
But even those bottom of the barrel ones you remember because they're so bad. This one's just like you go home and you're like, wait, what was his name? Who was he?
Okay, yeah.
I mean, he just seemed like such a stereotype villain to me.
Yeah, I mean,
Like, yeah, I
Russian,
brainwash-
and
I-
he's like one of the main Russian. He's a Russian
Yeah.
character. Russian
Like, yeah, I'm
character
gonna
for this film.
brainwash these girls, steal their lives, and make them Black Widows. Hoo ha ha. It's
Yeah.
just, Run of the mill. We've seen his type before a million times, and they were done better.
Yeah, but now the big reveal for Taskmaster. Now, I actually had to cover my face and groaned.
Yeah, me and my best friend Jonathan, we went to go see this. Him and I were so disappointed. We were just like, "What are you doing? You're ruining one of the biggest,
fan favorite Marvel villains to come straight out of the comics."
Like in Spider-Man PS4, Taskmaster was so cool. Like the side missions you had to do with him, like when he studied your fight moves and everything, that was sick.
And it turns out to be Dracov's daughter. Now,
I
will say this: I don't have a problem with female representation.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with that.
Exactly. It's the problem of she got like one mention near the beginning that Black Widow blew up the car, and then we never hear about her ever again.
Yeah,
ever.
exactly. Now, here's
one
the thing.
little mention.
Now, if this was going to work, and this is a big if, Dracov's daughter should have been the one to hire Taskmaster.
Yeah,
Should have been the one to hire Taskmaster. That way we could get the reveal that Taskmaster was, get this, Tony Masters in the comics. We would have got that. I feel like that could have worked. Now, that they could have built that up throughout the film, but no, we barely see Taskmaster throughout the entire film. We only see Taskmaster during the first act of this film, leading up to the final act, and that was probably a letdown.
Yeah,
and look. I don't have a problem with female representation, but I feel like the only film or character that actually did a better job was with Ghost from Ant-Man and the Wasp. Now, Christian, I know you're not a fan of Ant-Man, but if there is one thing that I know about Ghost from Marvel Comics and in the Ant-Man and the Wasp film, there was no identity for this character. We don't even know who the person is that is playing Ghost. And to me, they got this actress. I forgot her name, but she played a central role in the second Ant-Man film with Lawrence Fishburne's character, and she played Ghost. Now she played Ghost. There's no identity. There wasn't even an identity in the comics, so it did left me wondering. Who's this person? Can anybody play this character? Yes, because if there's no identity, if there's no person or identity playing this character in the comics, then that means anybody, no matter who they are, man, woman, or child, can actually act this character out as the character of Ghost. To me, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Taskmaster does not, because we all know who Taskmaster is.
And I like how this film answered the big question. I know everybody was wondering, where did Black Widow get that awesome vest?
Yeah.
We were just dying to know where she got the Infinity War vest.
I think they thought they were so clever when they did that, and the audience was just like, okay, cool. Like,
It's got a lot of
awesome.
pockets. I mean,
awesome. Like Steve Rogers had a
Yeah.
beard. Awesome.
And
Like,
I didn't really care much for Red Guardian. I'm sorry.
oh yeah.
no, I did not care at all. Like, what was the point?
By the way,
He was built up to be this big fighter, then he gets his butt handed to
Yeah.
him at
by
the end.
Taskmaster, that was the worst fight scene. Worst fight scene
Exactly.
in that film. I am sorry, but the fight scene between Red Guardian and Taskmaster is the worst fight scene in this film. FYI, Andy Lee, who is the stuntman for Black Widow and Shang-Chi, was the stuntman. Well, I think I overcorrected myself. But Andy Lee was the stuntman for Taskmaster.
Oh, jeez.
So,
I just feel like it was just so wasted. It was so wasted because the whole movie, Red Guardian's like reassuring very desperately to his family that he is a great fighter. I think he stated that he fought Captain America at one point, or something like that. And so when you see them down the hall and they're looking at each other and he kind of gears up to start fighting, I'm like thinking to myself, okay, like this would be cool to see him actually like, do it past his prime. But then he just gets mercilessly just beaten. I'm just like, and then it ends, and I'm just like, okay, why?
Yeah, I mean, props to Andy Lee doing the stunts for Taskmaster, though. Props to him.
Mm-hmm.
But look, the execution of that character for Taskmaster was bad.
Yeah,
And,
it was definitely not.
I mean, not even Rachel Weisz, who played the foster mother in this film. I'm sorry.
She
to say
was
this.
extremely forgettable.
She was forgettable, but Scarlett Johansson and Florence Pugh were the highlight of this film.
Yeah, the relationship dynamic between them was the best part.
Yeah.
That was the best part for me.
Other than that, I give Marvel credit for doing this film, but it came out too little, too late.
Yeah, they waited way too long. Way too long. That was my main problem. Is that they should have, in my opinion, she should have gotten her own solo film after Iron Man 2.
I mean,
I
now,
stand by
now
that.
this led up to not Black Widow. Well, kind of, but
This
not Black Widow for other films, but also Hawkeye.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
builds into Hawkeye. It gives the sister the backstory, so we know who she is when she shows up.
Yeah.
And so I think that's it for us on this film. And now we're going to have our closing remarks
On Spider-Man No Way Home.
And fellas, I don't know if there's anything else I can really say about this film. This film is it's a masterpiece. It's the best in my opinion, this is the best Spider-Man film we've had since Spider-Man 2 back in 2004.
I totally agree. I mean, I loved this film. Now, it's a shame that it did not get any more Oscar nominations besides the visual effects. But other than that, sometimes a film like that doesn't even need to win an Oscar.
No,
I mean, it's just a good film on its own.
Yes, this film is going to be remembered for generations to come. Like, this film is just, it's so good. It does the best job of representing and paying respect to the Spider-Man that were there before Tom.
Yeah.
It's so
that
perfect.
pays good respect. And the first Marvel film in over a year to gross $1 billion.
This film right now, last time I looked, is the 6th highest grossing film of all time.
For Sony, right?
Yes.
I mean, hey, that is good. But I feel like Sony should clean up his act for Morbius.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
exactly.
that's-
That's a whole different subject. We could do an hour just ranting on that.
Yeah.
But I would say for Spider-Man No Way Home, I loved it when I watched I watched it and I still love it. I just think that it does the characters of Andrew Garfield Spider-Man, Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, and their chemistry with Tom Holland was just fantastic. It was just so good.
Yeah, I totally agree. Yeah.
Where I think it doesn't fail, but where it could have been polished just a little bit more was that first 20 minutes. Where I think it happened, everything just happened way too quick. Plot holes were present where Spider-Man was not getting at MIT because people think he killed Mysterio and was a bad guy.
He didn't. Well, the drones did, to be fair.
Yeah.
And I'm just how do the people not know that Mysterio was fake? There's millions of drones scrapped everywhere. How do you not know?
Also, and also the fact that we had a Daredevil cameo.
And that was literally, I don't think Drew knows this, but when I went to go see his film at the theater, I dressed up as Matt Murdock. I had the red glasses with the blind person stick and everything.
And I bet you were the only one cheering because in my theater, nobody knew who he was, which I was shocked.
Oh
I was
my
shocked.
goodness! I mean, I never seen the show, but I know who Daredevil is.
Yeah,
exactly.
Charlie Cox is
Charlie
his name.
Cox.
And I grew up on the Daredevil show. The first 3 seasons came out when I was a mid-teenager. And when his scene showed up, I wanted to scream so loud. I'm like, oh, no way. You know what's funny, though? The actor, he was getting so many replies from people about how loud the crowds were when his cameo showed up. So he snuck into a theater to watch No Way Home to see people's reactions. When his cameo came up, it was dead silent. The one theater he chose to check out, it was silent.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah,
That was
leaks
dead
aside,
silence,
all the leaks that were given aside, I think that scene was done really right. It was cool,
Yes.
seeing him and Spider-Man's senses
And
kind of the same, where he catches that brick right before Spider-Man could.
I'm a really good lawyer.
Yeah, I thought that was a really good scene.
I also liked all the villains in this film. I mean, the Green Goblin, though, is probably the top tier villain of this film.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
He gave Spider-Man a good fight.
Dude, William freaking Dafoe. This man cannot do anything wrong. He's awesome in everything he's in. The dude is a king.
Yeah, I'm
Too strong to have it. Too weak to handle it.
Can the Spider-Man come out to play?
I'm
Like,
so glad that they didn't have that stupid mask from the original Spider-Man on him.
Well, it was in this film, but it was
Not for
smashed.
very
Yeah,
long.
smashed very quickly, and I'm like, thank God, because like him and his facial features, just that is what the Green Goblin's supposed to be. Like, there's
Yeah.
no one who's gonna ever do that, like ever. I feel like, because he's it.
Yeah, especially when he came during Doc Ock's fight with Spider-Man. Like he just appeared with his pumpkin bomb, blowing out the bridge, and in the dust field, in the sky, we see the
Yeah.
Green Goblin.
Yeah, it's so his laugh and everything is so perfect. And also, I just want to throw in one more thing. Oh, after the film's release, I'm gonna say that I was wrong. I thought that Toby was going to be the best part of this. It was Andrew.
Yeah, exactly.
Andrew
Spider-
Garfield.
Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man overshadowed everybody the minute he entered the film. He was so good. I'm like, see, Sony, when you actually give this man good material to work with, he's a amazing Spider-Man. No pun intended. Legit. He is the best. When you give him good material to work with, he's incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He was written so well.
Hey, Zoni, where's the material for Morbius?
Yeah. It could use a little fixing.
Yeah, or a little web slinging action.
And the my favorite scene of all time. There's literally an analysis video on this when Andrew gets his redemption and saves MJ.
yes,
That was
yes,
so.
yes.
When that happened in the theater, I was like, "No way!" That scene was so perfect. I can't say anything else about it. It was everything that I needed. It gave me so much closure. That's the thing. This film gave me so much closure I did not know I needed. For Tom
Yeah.
Spider-Man, for Andrews, I did not know I needed it, but it was so good.
That was very good. And if you want to check out my review of Spider-Man No Way Home, that you could check that out as well on the
Yes.
website, on the WEIU website, including my review of the Eternals as well.
Yeah, and I'm very excited to see what Sony does with the new Tom Holland Spider-Man trilogy. It'd be cool to see him in college now. So we're at like Spider-Man PS4 territory where he'll be in college and stuff. And I think it's cool. So I'm really excited to see what they do with the next trilogy. But yeah, No Way Home was magnificent. Getting to see my boy Tobey Maguire on the screen again with
Yes, yes.
Alfred Molina and William
Yeah.
Dafoe.
Nice knowing you, Parker.
It
Yeah.
brought my childhood back, and it was everything that I wanted, and I
Yeah.
will always cherish that theater experience forever.
Oh, do you know? I got a question for you both. Do you know a Peter Parker who's Spider-Man?
Jeez.
Yeah, a couple, I would say.
Is that him?
No.
See?
Yeah, see,
That was
see
funny.
something I liked about the movie. Like the main things I liked about it was, of course, the chemistry between all the Spider-Men. But I liked Alfred Molina's like the way he was portrayed in this movie because I was afraid that they were gonna taint like his ending in
Yeah.
Spider-Man 2.
I don't mean to cut you off,
Oh, no,
but
you're fine.
it seems like Christian, you got to go to your radio.
Well, as you
shift.
know, I mean, we're almost done, right? So I
believe
think
so,
once
yeah.
Drew, it's like Drew, you finished up your point, then I think we can end it there.
Yeah.
So Drew, go ahead and finish what you were saying.
Yeah, I was just saying that I was really happy that we kind of because at the end of Spider-Man 2, it was like that was a really good arc, and I'm really glad that they started there and then cut it off, and we actually got to see Doc Ock as a good guy with his tentacles rather
Yes.
than carrying that and kind of ruining what he was in Spider-Man 2.
Right, and
Yeah.
I agree.
And he actually helped save the day at the end. Like he helped put that device back on. What's his name?
Electro?
Electro.
Yeah.
And then like he saved everybody. So
Yeah.
like they didn't ruin him. Like they kept him the way he was, and it was so perfect.
Yep.
And-
And also, I'm just going to throw this out there just for fun because Alfred Molina as Doc Ock, I'm just going to say this. If I were a rich man, yabba-dabba-dabba-dabba-dum. All day long, ah, bitty bitty bum. If I were a wealthy man, oi! Imagine if that was in that film.
Oh,
Imagine if
so
that
good.
was in that film. I would have laughed my butt off
That was funny.
because Alfred Molina was doing Fiddler on the Roof during
During
Spider-Man
a
2.
take, yeah, it was so funny.
There's multiple memes of this. So
You know, and I actually read this funny interview where Alfred Molina was talking about when he filmed the scene when him and Toby reunite again, and he said that he was fighting so hard not to cry when they were filming that scene because when they were because the dialogue and everything really hit him in the feels because he realized when they were doing that scene he was like, oh my gosh, this is a big moment, you know, like big.
That was a heartwarming moment.
Yeah,
including Andrew Garfield and Electro.
Yeah. So I think that closes phase 4 of the MCU, the final phase.
For now,
yeah. And I just want to say, Mark, it's been one heck of a journey going through all these films. It's crazy that we've covered everything, and it's been one heck of a ride, and I thank you for the opportunity.
Yeah, and Drew, thank you so much for coming in on the show.
Oh, it's been a pleasure. Thanks for having me, man.
And I know Joel had to leave a little early, but hey, that's okay. I want to thank him as well for coming on board as well. But other than that, this will wrap up for this episode.
And I just want to say, so all you awesome listeners, you enjoy your day, the rest of your week, and we will see you right back here for the next one. You all stay safe out there.
That was DJ Apollo. Is that right?
Yeah, DJ Apollo has landed at Hitmix 88.9 WEIU Radio.
Yep, and this is your host on the air, Mark Codo, a.k.a. the man, the myth, the legend, Codo Man. Remember to watch movies and stay positive. Drew, want to close off?
Not really used to doing this, but I hope you all have a good week and keep watching movies because they are awesome.